Previously on Karma Corners, epic, I can't remember what I call it, epic European tour. Well, this is just a bit of the backlog. This is just beginning bit, just to show you what I'm doing next. Right, probably take.
It's really not the weather for this kind of shit, is it?
Right, so we've gaffed it up with fucking plumber's tape and take me ages to try and get it right. But as of yet, I've got van running paper now where it's not leaking. I think, let me get out of the way that. Bit of noise. I think the pipe has bust all the way together, but I put that plastic pipe across, didn't I? So I'm thinking, I've wedged it back in, and I'm thinking that them Jubilees, Sheeba off-road, I'm on a fucking right narrow road and all here.
So I've been thinking, they're going through this water quick, these lot. Ah, they're cracking bottom at bowl, isn't there? Look at them. It's too warm today, isn't it, girls? And we can't go anywhere really, can we? Which I'll tell you about in a minute, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting food in there and water in there. So, let's just fill you all in on what's going off. And why I've got a deck chair out. Side of a fucking motorway. And that's a decathlon. And behind me is a massive supermarket. And the decathlon and the supermarket are not by random. And it's not random why we're staying here tonight. Right, so let me put this down so I can... I'll let you look at that. Right, so... Oh, yeah. As if I'd just made it up. So can you see on there? That's where we've been. We started at Calais. We've been round there. Been round there. Been down to Spain. Across to Bilbao. Then across to Andorra. And then we went across to Montpellier. And then we went up north because in Montpellier, right, all this time we've had problem, haven't we, for the first couple of days when I fucked van up. So that dot there is where we are now. Because this is the crossroads of what's going to happen next. Because if I can get this van, I can get it sorted, I'm going over to Switzerland. And then we'll go to... I want to look at map. Austria, Germany, Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, maybe Moldova and Ukraine. If not, we're going Calais, Dover and Oam. Right, so let me just fill you in. Right, look at this. How much this cost me, this? Fucking spiders. Power steering fluid, 50 fucking euros. 50 fucking euros. 5 euros. 5 euros. That's some fucking money, eh? 4 euros. Because, right, I'm not sure I'm recording, right. So let's fill you in from when you last saw me. You last saw me somewhere down on French Riviera. And then I stopped near Montpellier. And I realised that this, every time I keep repairing this, that hydraulic fluid after a day, a few hours in some cases, it's just burning its way through it. So I was fucked really down at South Coast. I thought, look, I can't keep doing this, every day, it's pointless. So that night, when you saw that last video, I set off driving up north. I set off about 10 o'clock. I stopped driving about 3 o'clock in the morning. And you know, I tell you what, no, that when I filled up in Andorra, that was like 2 days ago. And I was still on that. I've only just filled up now, again. And this tank that I've got now will get me to Calais easily. So it's on. So it's not really cost me out to come through France, because I ain't been on a single toll road. Well, that's the reason why that last video when I was going through small villages and that, but I can't do that now. If this don't work. Right, so I'm going along and I kept topping up and topping up, and then I saw a little auto parts store, so that's where I got all that stuff from. I know I paid over odds, but that's why it warrant shop. So, and I wanted a inner tube or a piece of rubber to go round it, or a bit, do you know what I mean, something to go round it, because I've got a problem with if I use an hose, unsplit, because if I open all that back up now and it's in two, that pipe, and I try putting a nose on and it don't work and it blows open, I'm fucked basically. But I'm not, because you're going to find out. So I got all that stuff, but I couldn't get a rubber pipe. So he's saying, oh, shopping town, fucking la-di-da-di-da. And I'm saying Decathlon. And he's making I didn't know where the one was. Well, it's about 10 mile away. Anyway, so I couldn't find that shop he's on about. So I started coming along this motorway and I saw Decathlon. But before I saw Decathlon, my steering went. Power steering's just jacked in. So I was pulled over these into fucking drop left in it. So I don't know if you ever tried driving a van with no power steering. Right, if I'm on motorways and shit like that, it's not a problem. If I have to go on toll roads and go on motorways to get back, I can get back with no power steering. But going round small roundabouts and windy roads, it's going to be a problem, especially at night, because it takes a lot of strength to do it. And if you start turning too, say if you're going on at some speed and you start turning too late, you're not going to be able to turn in time. Whereas when you got power steering, if you overrun somewhere and then realise it's a bend, you can spin it, you can spin your wheel. But we no power steering, fucking hell, it's a nightmare. But it can be done, but you just got to be very careful. So there'll be no night driving anyway. So power steering's fucked. But I'm still going to give it one last go, because that's why I'm at Decathlon. Because I bought an inner tube, which I'm going to split. I was going to cut it there, cut that away, and then open that up and wrap it round. And then, but what I'm going to do before I do that is, I'm going to, one second, I've lost one already. I'm going to glue all the base layer. That's why I'm sat here now letting it dry out. I'm going to glue out base layer of that tape what I put on before and let it all go tacky. Then I'm going to put start wrapping that round. Not all lot like, but 5 or 6 wraps. But I want to smudge it in glue. Every little bit on it's going to be smudged in glue before it goes on. And then the last bit on it, I'm going to use a couple of them, see them patch things, to stick it down together. But before I stick it down together, I'm going to stick all them across it, because we're only talking about a section of about 7 or 8 centimetres, which that'll be wide enough. So it's a solid piece across the problem area, do you get me? So there's no like we have been using tape, where it's tape upon tape upon tape, and then hydraulic fluid can get through that laser tape, This is just going to be one solid piece of rubber with them all the way across it, so that it's pushing it in, and it's going to be glued on all the way around. So whether it works or not is the decider. Whether we, but reason I'm staying here is because I'm going to do it this evening when it gets a bit cooler, because tarmac's still fucking boiling, and then I'm going to let it set, because I've never done that yet. I've never actually done it and give it time, especially now I've got glue and I've got a solid piece that can go all the way across it. So yeah. Don't get me fucking ledge on it. So that's what we have done before, and it was still leaking from, I don't fuck knows where. It's wet up there and all. So what I want to do though is tape it up here. Jubilee, 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 with one solid piece of rubber all across it. Do you get me? Because all of them are going to have to come off now. I don't know if I'm showing you it. I'm looking at fucking wrong bit. Look. All of them are going to have to come back off. See, I don't know which bits. I need to do that now and let it dry, don't I? I'll do that now, let it dry, cut all them off, and then leave it for an hour or so. I've got some wipes, you know, like PF wipes, like alcohol wipes, and then I'll rough it all up with a bit of, I've got a bit of scouring thing, and we'll try it. It's worth one go, innit? It's worth one go. Power steering pump might be fucked now anyway. I only put that fucking thing on 2 months ago, but we being run dry now, it might have fucked that up. But it's two choices. It works or it fucking don't. If it works, we're going to Switzerland. If it don't, we're going to fucking Calais. As them apples. Oh, and I've still got my fucking food challenge to do. I've still got all... I might as well tell you what I've got now, man. In fact, just hold on, I'll show you. Here, a poor man's mixed grill. We've got lamb's liver, sheep's brains, lamb's heart. You can fucking see it, get over there. And whatever they are. We had some tripe, but we fucking ate that this morning with some vinegar and some pickled onions. Yeah, so we're going to cook these up. Oh, it costs a £5 or something for this, so I'll definitely eat that. I'll definitely pick some meat off that and get dogs it. I'm definitely having some of that because I slice it up. It's supposed to be a bit tough, but it's supposed to be it's nice actually. They usually have more fat on them than that, so it must have been a thinny, that one. And I'm gonna, I won't ever go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice them up and fry them. And I've got some little bottles of Budweiser because I deserve a fucking drink after today, don't I, girls? Oh, tired, ain't you? Been fucking hot, ain't it, girls? Especially when you're not going nowhere, do you know what I mean? We've had a little wobble on here, but I can't go anywhere because I need to try and get this to dry out so I can do it anyway. Anyway, I'll fry them up later. So I've stripped it down. No, you're going to be able to see why it wasn't told. Even no matter how much tape and shit I put on it. It had actually, eventually, broke into two. And if you look, there's hardly any flow that we're getting through. So we're all just getting bunged up there, wasn't it? So what I need to do now is, you see these ends of pipes? I need to get different degrees size flathead screwdrivers and that in them, open it all up, see if I can, I think there's a bit of hydraulic capable pipe for air conditioning back, what I can cut off because it's not used. If I can get them pipes opened up, I can get a bit of compressor pipe, you know, like proper pipe that can hold pressure, sleeve it over, scratch all this up, get some kind of bonding on it and just fucking thingy them. So what's it called? If I can get some bite on it, and I've still got a bit of that plumber's tape, slide a bit of that in, clean it all up, put it together, put that sleeve across. It might work, there's a chance, but they need opening up so that there's a free flow going through them. That I might even be better off just trimming ends off them. In fact, I will be. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll just. See, I've got to watch out for that over there because I was rubbing on that bastard before and all. We'll figure it out anyway. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know, but we're in with a fighting chance. Right, so I think we're in two fucking bits, wasn't it? I've managed to make that side look a bit like a round hole. Now what I've done with this side is I've split it back like that, so what I want to do now is I ain't got a fucking clue. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of hose. I've got a rubber upperer. I want to rub it up, try and clean it up, try and clean all this up. I want a bit of abrasion on this so that it, look, this I'm hanging about. Because I've got to figure out where I'm going to lay it now because it's a different shape and all sorts of shit. But yeah. And if anybody had told me that, hey up, during a couple of weeks, you'll be in a fucking car park in Spain, mucked up to fuck, slayed under your van,
I said, sure, you silly bastards. Anyway, so yeah, I'll go clean it all up. I want it all to dry out. I don't know if I'll do it tonight or in the morning. I'm going to get it all cleaned up and that, but I don't know. I think it's fucking bone dry now. If they're out left in it, it'd have been out now, wouldn't it? And there's no in it, so I might as well just clean it all up. Get me little hose pipe thing that I'm going to put across. Then get that on there. Get all them down. And then put that sleeve across. And then... go on. Jubilee clip, Jubilee clip, Jubilee clip, Jubilee clip, bit of tape on and Jubilee clip across top at middle. See how we go on. There's a lot of pressure got to go through that pipe, but that's why I did it that way. I'm thinking, I fucking hope I've got it right. I think feed's coming that way. So and then that's of it top on it. So pressure's going round there, but I don't fucking know. I can't remember which way it goes round. And I've shifted this. It should have been. It's just been rubbing on that. On you can't see, can you? Been rubbing on auxiliary belt. That bit there. See which worn down there. Yeah. That won't far off fucking going through. What a fucking nightmare. That's from when I had accident. That. It's pushed it against that. You can see up top at alternator belt there. It's worn some of it away because it's been rubbing against that fucker. Get me back to fucking Blighty so I can get on drive. Do it fucking right. What's up with this? Is it zoomed in or something? Yeah, it is. Right. It's knocking on a bit now here. Ooh. Oh, fucking hell. I got sunburned arm, right? Oh, and it was fucking killing me. Right. So, what's in there? There's that hydraulic pipe I used, but I couldn't fit it over. It won't fucking fit. I tried my best. So I had to split it, so I'm not holding much hope out for it, but that is one solid piece of rubber all the way across. But what I use that hydraulic pipe for was to put a bit of weight onto metal, you know what I mean, so it don't slide out. What I'll do tomorrow is I'll clip these off and I'll get one of them metal binders. See, I've got some drip there because I've just filled it up now. But what I've done is, right, I've put that hydraulic pipe across but cut it into two pieces, one at top, one at bottom, and then just put a little roll of just one piece of tape, just hold it in place, and then I glued the fucker. Do you know glue what comes in a puncher outfit? Cleaned all pipes up, glued that, and then glued the fucking inner tube all the way across, all the way down, two little 5mm tubs, and then jubileed them all down. So basically that one there and that one there are end ones, as you can see, but they're all pretty tight. But I want to lay it sit now, and I want to tighten them back up again at morning just to see if they've moved her out. But I'm not holding much hope out, to be honest. If I ain't had to split that hydraulic pipe, I'd have been able to get that on and jubileed 3 at each side with plastic covering of it top and solid hydraulic pipe. I'd have been, I think we'd have got away with it, but I don't think we're going to get away with this. I'm just not holding much hope out. Look, if it holds out, I'll be fab. Don't get me wrong, I'll be happiest man fucking living because I can carry on my fucking trots. But if not, this is just a temporary thing. It needs a new fucking system. It needs all the way from up there, all the way around. It needs all new piping. And it needs a new radiator. If you look up here, I don't know if you can see, a bent out fucking radiator and all sorts. I'm in a right mess at fucking van, innit? Anyway, I'm not going to start it up tonight. Can I be arsed cooking? I'm just going to cook that liver. I'm just going to that bit of liver, and I'll... Yeah, I can finish. If I'm not going to... Look, I can drive on fucking straight lines and that without no power steering. I can drive round roundabouts and shit, but I just got to take my time doing it because it takes some fucking oomph in right corners. So we're still going to eat that fucking brains and shit. Alright, I'm going to go anyway. I need a piss. And I definitely deserve a couple of them.
Look at the size of them, like fucking thimbles. Tight bastards.